platinum
Usually.
strength.
I respect it. But playing a blood hunter, that doesn't work.
I usually play Dex class melee fighters.
I've been trying to try a little bit of every class. Or try and differentiate. But Druid and Cleric just keeps on popping up. Because not because I want to play Druid or Cleric, but more so because we need a healer, and I'm not opposed to playing them because I can shape it around to what I want.
Is what I've been saying.
That's fair.
Me with druids and rogues.
I
What were we gonna say, Reed?
keep on playing sorcerers just over and over again.
Yeah.
You always need one person to heal, and everyone's like, "Oh, I want to be a wizard. I want to be a fighter." I'm like, "Well, I guess I'll heal you."
Yep. Yep.
Me being a wizard was actually way out there. I was like, I have no clue what I'm gonna be. I don't want to step on anybody's territory already. I haven't played a full caster since I was probably 8 years old.
Oh shit. I went between Paladin and Rogue because I had two different character concepts at the time, and I was just like, the Pally.
Love it.
My most recent
I
character
love a good
was a
paladin.
paladin, which is such a stark contrast from all the other characters I play. I'm more of either dex based or a spellcaster. I'm never usually the heavy hitter or anything like that. And now it's interesting. So
I see you. I respect it. It's nice to have that full hit.
Oh yeah.
During my campaign in my college that just ended, I was playing a sorcerer, and I had I used my reaction every fucking round because I had silvery barbs, counterspell, and lucky. So
Oh,
good lord.
that is
if I had two reactions, I would have
so
become God.
so fucking spicy.
And plus, the final boss of the campaign was a caster, so I basically fucking destroyed his entire life.
Fuck your spells. This is what I think of you, bitch.
We also just got access to, I think it was 6th level spells, so I got fucking Globe of Invulnerability.
Yes.
So I got Globe of Invulnerability, which made it so he could not physically counterspell me.
Good. Proud of you.
Good lord.
That was a fun character. He was a little shit.
Alright, so with that interesting that nightmare out of the way, I will never now I'm worried to even level up to Globe of Invulnerability. What?
Oh, don't worry, I'm playing a warlock. That won't happen now.
Yeah, it's not like there's another sorcerer in the party.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, we wouldn't.
I mean, it's a concentration, so all you really have to do is hit him a bunch.
Oh yeah, the con-based sorcerer. You just gotta hit him a bunch, and they'll
The
totally
con-based
just fucking...
sorcerer with Warcaster.
They'll fail it. They'll fail a con save eventually.
With Lucky.
Good lord. Okay, so welcome everybody to I titled it Session 1 just because this is now technically a new group. But
Yippee!
Also I didn't really want it was either that or doing the the thing where I was session blank but also blank dash blank. But so for now it's session 1. So how is everybody doing tonight?
Playing.
Pretty good.
Good.
Fine.
Excited to be back.
Go.
I'm a little tired. I have the spirit.
Can I hate college be a new emotion that humans can feel? Because Jesus Christ.
Fair.
Yes.
Honestly.
Always.
Yeah,
Not
no,
even
that's
a
the
new
whole
emotion.
reason that
That's
we
been
haven't had a
living.
session in almost a month, I think.
There's so many of us in this call. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I know, kind of like there's 9 of us, but that might be me tweaking. I don't know.
Just close your eyes real hard.
It feels a lot like there's a lot more. Unfortunately, we don't have
I mean, if
everyone.
you squint, some of our icons will just merge together because me and Pencil Boy got like similar colors. We're one person, right?
Yeah,
Right?
basically.
That's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works.
I believe you.
Unfortunately, we don't have everybody tonight, as we are missing Anna, we are missing Milo, and unfortunately, Ambrosia is no longer going to be able to be attending sessions. There's hope for a possible comeback. I don't know, but we'll see. But for now, yeah. For now, it's just we're missing Milo and Anna. So, after almost has it literally been a month since we've played?
Just about.
4 weeks.
Where did we leave off? Does anybody know? I know Ismail doesn't, because they already asked me before the stream before we started.
We're heading to a
To the
tea shop.
tea.
We're going to
Open
the tea
kiss.
shop.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
or not.
I remember we met up with each other, and that's about it.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
we're-
Okay.
yeah,
We
that's-
calmed down the guards.
Maybe that's
What,
it.
you
I
guys
We're
don't
looking at
constantly
Titus.
you guys don't constantly have this in your mind all the time on a
I
day-to-day basis.
I remember I explained the birds and the bees to one of you.
The Knox.
Yeah.
Important
And you-
things that he needed to know.
It was very informational and clinical.
Very much needed.
Clinical.
The
And
most
I might,
lesson he could have learned.
yeah, and I might be cursed. I'm unsure.
But yeah,
Push. Tisk tisk.
Yeah, from
we
a
met
certain
Titus's siblings, and they were we kind of maintained our initial groups.
Mhm.
Initially group 6 going to the tea shop. No other details beyond that. Just we're going to the tea shop.
someone. Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to a
then-
tea shop.
And then group 3 they were going to
The
talk to someone.
the Caldera residence to get our other party member.
Yes.
Who is still
Yep.
not here. So they're
Really?
most likely just
Still
they're most likely just gonna be
painfully
hauling around they're most likely just gonna be hauling around an unconscious body over their shoulder for the rest of the camp.
For the rest of the session. She's Sandy. She's doing her best, and that's all we can ask.
All right. So yeah, most of that was correct. As you all, the last session was group 3 session, as they kind of bounced around Uruk, both going to the Caldera estate, and then going to the wall, and then eventually meeting up with group 6, as they were trying to uncover some certain trying to figure out more about what is going on with this other subplot they are working on. Eventually, the two subplots collide as Group 6, voyaging to the Mizoian imperial capital of Uruk, eventually arrives and is bluntly greeted by one of Titus's siblings. I can remember that. Kira or Kaylee. Kaylee and their own wyvern. As upon this meeting, there's a lot of introductions, a lot of seemingly interestingly enough, some familiar faces seen, at least from the perspective of Group 3. Before eventually the two groups decide to split off once more, as Group 6 goes to see the tea shop of this tea shop that seems to belong to have some sort of importance to at least Titus and Ionira, as Group 3 goes back to the Caldera estate with their new wyverns, because you kind of just snag those from the wall. these two
Get a
red
keep
wyvern. You kind of, I don't think you ever went back and were like, hey, can we keep those? So you took the two red wyverns and are now flying over back to the Caldera estate to pick up Violet, Anna's character. So with that, we are gonna get started, and I think I'm going to decide by Dimitri, give me a number 1 or 2.
Oh God, 2.
Okay. It is
Yeah.
a 2, so we are starting with group 3. Okay.
Damn it. That's okay. I would get to lurk.
Damn.
All right. Junji, Erud, Rory. The three of you are flying alongside Leif on these two red wyverns flying over back to the Caldera estate. You make your landing and see that the crowd seems to have like a more the crowd almost seems to dissipate in where the two wyverns land, almost in like surprise and shock, and you just see a bunch of peering eyes as the four of you make your way up to the Caldera estate. Just all of them seem to be both more eyeing the group, but mostly eyeing the two red wyverns that, unless you say anything, they're just gonna sit there in the middle of the road.
Do we need these for the rest of the day, or?
Hey,
Leif just goes.
the Red Order doesn't ask for them back. We don't need to give it to them.
I don't think that's correct, but you know what? We're gonna test that.
That's the captain.
Okay, so you've got. There's a is your friend in here?
That's where we left her.
Okay.
Yes, unless she has a habit of wandering off, she should still be here.
Okay. Sounds
You're
good.
one of those monkey leashes.
I'm just gonna stay out here and make sure these two don't get run over. And just like grabs the two red wyverns by the reins and just like begins pulling them off to the side of the road.
Ran over?
All right.
Great visual.
Do we think Violet's gonna be sobered up by now?
Well, given how much alcohol she consumed, I kind of doubt it, but probably best to take her with us. I don't know where we will be going next.
Fair enough. I think we walk on in.
Okay.
If they still let us.
Yeah, you are greeted by the head butler that you've seen a couple times at this point. As he welcomes you all and he says, "Oh, well, it is good to see you again. Unfortunately, neither the Calderas have returned, nor has Violet or Miss Glasper seemed to have woken up. Unfortunately, do you still wish for her to stay here, or do you want?"
Well, there's a very high chance we might be leaving again soon, so I think it might be best if she were to come with us.
Of course. Right this way. And he begins to lead you up to this this door that leads into a really large and really nice bedroom. It's a very gothic setting that seems to, and has all of these different bits and baubles as if like somebody's lived here before. And Dimitri, you know someone's lived here before because this was Yasrina's room.
Yikes.
And sitting in the bed it seems untouched, like they haven't really, but at the moment it seems like just a temporary stead for Violet, laying in the bed, sound fucking asleep, is Violet.
How many guest rooms do they have? Was this really the one place?
We figured that the guest bed, that this was more of a... We wouldn't really want her to be staying in a guest bedroom, I figured it was the proper way to go about.
Proper is a word for it.
It's something. Alright, we'll take off your hands.
Of course. It was requested by the Caldera family that a gift was to be given to her. We have... The Calderas are well aware of her alcoholism, so have gifted her a magical item that should benefit her in some way during these sort of moments. He walks over to Violet sleeping, and you can see this new intricate necklace that seems to have this like runic symbol on it, but the rune is carved into this really ornate, almost looks like the necklace is like that of a music note, and the rune is sitting on like the circular bit of the music note, which is the headstone piece of this necklace. As he kind of gestures to it, and he says, "This necklace is enchanted with abjuration magic, which should be able to protect her during these moments of intoxication. The spell is specifically attuned. It was a very odd choice by the commissioner. We didn't really request this specifically, but the abjuration magic is linked to her alcohol content. It is essentially the more alcohol she consumes, the more of a sort of protective, repelling ward surrounds her. During these times, as you can see, she might still have a little bit of alcohol in from her previous event, but we could test it as he like takes like a little thing, like a little rod, and just like, if, as you can see, if you simply like just soft contact in standard stuff like being able to escort her and stuff would be still viable, but if she were to, for say, be under attack in some way, and he's looking at you all, and without looking down, he just strikes the rod down onto Violet, and you see the rod almost hit Violet, but then this blue sort of wave passes over and blocks the rod, and the rod just just shoots off away from Violet and just flies off and just stabs into the roof of the bedroom as he says, "That'll happen."
Oh.
It was meant more as just supposed to be a very standard protective ward, but I guess the Calderas had alluded in some way or implied that it was meant for Violet during her times of intoxication, so the person that commissioned it had attuned it to their alcohol content, which was a very odd choice, but it works.
Well, from what little time we've spent with her, I think it will get a lot of use.
Yeah.
Believe me, if it was my decision, I would not have attuned it to that alcohol content. He was quite an eccentric man that we had met, but regardless.
Clearly. I'm glad to know she'll be okay.
Of course.
Well, Thank you for that. Thank you for giving it to her, and we'll be on our way.
Of course.
Before he heads out, Arod is going to try to, without the like butler noticing, leave a note in the room, which I will send to you later.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh shit.
What's it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought okay, so yeah, you all make your way. How are you all transporting Violet?
Do you guys have a wheelchair or anything?
I was just planning
wheelchair.
on getting, I was just planning on getting Junji to carry her. He seems like the strong fellow.
Junji?
Yeah, I could do that. I mean, she doesn't look that big. Don't tell her I said that.
No one.
I don't think being called slim is a insult, but
Problem solved.
okay. All right, so Junji is just carrying Violet out the door.
Sack of potatoes.
You gotta imagine the perspective of the citizens seeing two Red Order walk into the Caldera house and just come out with this fucking unconscious woman slacked across their shoulder, across one of the Red Order's shoulders.
That's gonna make some scandal.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Red Order business.
Leif kind of just like, you guys walk out and Leif is just like, okay, so she's not awake, and we're okay, great. He's kind of just along for the ride. He's like, all right, great. Are we meeting up with the other group now, or are we going back to? Are we doing something else?
I think we said we were going to meet at the tavern, and I have a book to look through. So maybe we head that way?
Okay. Yeah, sure. All right. The four of you all get back. Well, now 5 of you all get back on the wyverns and fly off. You guys are all going. Did you say you were going to the tea shop they were looking for, or the Lucky Griffin, which is the tavern you had all commented before?
I think we agreed to meet at the I forgot what it's called. Lucky Griffin once they were done and we were done.
Okay. During this time, are you reading the book, or are you just?
If I can, I'd love to.
The book itself, the book that you are reading, is a. I forget the specific definition for it, but it's basically a book. It's a record of, from the City of Glass. It's a record of the different council members that have been kind of maintaining the that have been positioned in the council up until a certain point in the book. It doesn't seem to have a lot, and you can make an investigation check. It doesn't seem to be very important, but it could be given certain events, given certain information that's now been unveiled. But you can make a investigation check, and I'll get back to you in a second with that.
Yeah, I'd like to look specifically for what's her name?
The most recent date.
The ink mirror that we were There's investigation. Let's go, baby.
Okay, on a dirty 20. It's not that hard, as you are able to easily search to the not the most recent, but it seems that the most that you like flip to the most most present year in which the book it has been written. As you see, it's been public. It was published about 20 years ago, so it's a little outdated at this point. But it's still not that hard, as at the most recent records, you are able to find what looks to be a water merid named Ekni Ilvarison. And looking at the image, the image that's displayed for Ekni, it is frighteningly similar. In fact, it looks exactly like Ekni, but you can see that the book itself is in black and white coloring. The book describes Ekni as a water merid, and the image is exactly Ekni from who you've seen before. But the book describes her almost as a water merid, so there might be. It's almost like the water merid. She could be an actual water merid and not the ink. But yeah, you find this while flying over to the Lucky Griffin, and do Erud, Junji, do either of you do anything as well during this time? I know Junji is currently flying the Wyvern, but you can also do something or talk to someone.
I don't think he's gonna do anything.
Yeah, Erud would probably just be looking through his notes. He'd probably inquire what Rory was reading about if he noticed he was reading.
Yeah, I mean, if we're on the same Griffin, I don't know if we are. I'd definitely show him.
I think we talked about last time. Junji and Leif were the two flying, and then both of you were separate. But if you want to try to have this like conversation from a 20-foot from like a 10-foot distance away from each other.
I can cast message, so
okay. What's she just the message being like, what's she doing?
I'm just going to he'd probably just feel like reading anything interesting.
Ekni's in here. She was where I think it looks exactly like her. Calling her a water merid.
Intriguing. And what was that book about again?
The council members of the City of Glass? Was that correct?
Yes, it was a record of the different council members of the City of Glass.
It looks like she was a council member of the City of Glass 20 years ago, looks like. Maybe a little longer. I can't remember.
Intriguing. And is just going to open up his tome and start writing more?
Okay. Do you delve deeper into the book, like reading it? Do you read like the whole page?
Oh, I'd love to know what she did, if there's records of it. It sounds like there are.
Okay. You get a gist of a basic gist of what the page says is essentially Ekni Ilvarison was the newest council member, head archivist of the City of Glass, and she worked on the council, and she was a prominent water merid and was really well favored across the City of Glass. But the only real thing that it says outside of that, or more specifically, the only real thing it mentions about the end of her run on the council was that she met an unfortunate end during what is only worded as a terrorist attack.
Okay.
But yeah, so with that, you all are flying over to the Lucky Griffin. Meanwhile, we cut over to Group 6. So, Titus, Kryn, Nox, Ionira, Splint, and the people that aren't here. You all are flying with Ghost, and are you also bringing, I'm assuming you're also bringing Romanov?
Yeah, we couldn't all fit him.
Yeah.
We don't really have a place to take him, so he's just vibing with us.
Yeah, he just goes with us now.
Okay.
He's one of the crew.
Okay, so Ghost and Romanov fly through the city,
Oh yeah, I
being
can't
guided
talk.
by talk. Sorry. Ismail, did you say something?
I forgot I can't talk. For a second.
I thought you said you wanted to talk. I was like, oh, what? Okay.
Hello.
I mean, if you want to talk, Kryn is still with you.
You could always just text Kryn, and Kryn will just
translate.
do something.
I will
I could
text
just
Kryn, yeah.
cast a spell on you, but you refuse.
Never do that.
Told us
please.
to butt off.
I
so.
love the
It
bit.
makes
We
way
should
too
do
much
it
sense,
secretly.
guys.
Every morning.
Commit
when he
until
wakes
the
up.
end.
Secret
Okay.
convo.
Okay.
Convo.
So, all of you make your way over to, guided by both Titus and Ionira. You find yourselves eventually landing in the middle of a very tight road on within the city. Eventually coming to a stop. What it looks to be a chain of different restaurants and other shops. As Romanov and Ghost kind of make their landing, but the problem is Romanov is massive. So at first you could see that Romanov is almost a little uncomfortable being in this like tight space, and could see that everybody around you, similar to Group 3, kind of disperses in shock as you all land. But eventually, as you all dismount from Romanov, they resume their humanoid form. This large burly man with like this large white beard and this plate armor with a almost black scaled cape behind them. As he kind of as you all land in this sort of blockchain. Titus, Ionira, you know what you both are looking for, and it's not there. It's been replaced as Tilia's tea shop has been replaced with a very stark and contrasted coffee shop.
You said toy shop?
Coffee shop.
Okay, coffee shop. Titus
Um,
just kind of stands there, just staring where the building once was, just dead silent.
You see Titus is just staring at this one particular restaurant, this sort of that's sort of engraved into this chain and it looks like it's a very very classic tavern vibe of it, which Titus and Ionira, you would know, is very stark in contrast to the very bright and almost how should I say? It's very the Tilia's tea shop was very cottagecore vibes. This is a very standard gloomy tavern kind of vibe that this coffee shop is now giving.
my fists are clenched, and I am stomping my little feet all the way to the fucking door, and I'm bursting that shit open.
Okay. You can see that there's a few people dotted around. There was mostly a couple of tables set up outside, and that's where, like, seems fully most of the people are. But on the inside, there are still a few people and a couple people working behind this very classic tavern bar. But everybody kind of just shoots their eyes in towards the door as you come bursting in.
I'm like heavy breathing, opening the door.
Titus is right behind her.
I kind of just shift for like a second, try to be like, no, I'm cheerful, and I put on the biggest fake ass smile you see in your entire life. Like I low-key look crazy. And I go up to the counter. I'm like, hey, who's the owner?
You see this young golden dragonborn that has this very nice little apron on, almost like just polishing one of the cups, and he just looks with like these wide eyes, just like, unfortunately the manager is not here at the moment. He's on a supply run.
Can I do an insight check on that?
Sure.
Because let's be fucking real. If someone showed up to my bar looking like I would be looking, I'd probably lie. Let's do it. She's out.
Another time.
Good times.
They seem honest.
Roll the humble 6, guys.
You're
Oh,
doing
that's-
great,
yeah.
my love.
Perfect.
What's the time expectancy? You think?
They left about an hour ago, so they might be coming back soon.
Uh-huh. Do I see like any office-ish door or just the back door? Does that make sense? Like the back store door?
There's
or
like
just
a
the-
door. There's like a very a door that is on the other side of the bar table that kind of goes into what looks like to be a kitchen, but there seems to be other rooms in the back.
Not me trying to break in the middle of the day. Not me trying to break in. What do you mean? I would never do that. Chaos?
Never.
We always circle back at night.
That is true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm confused. Did we want coffee?
Ronald
My
just
arse
sitting there like,
when I'm like,
I have never tried this coffee. Romanov's just like, I have never tried this coffee before, but I can. It's the first time for a lot of things today, so.
Let's get him coffee addicted, guys. Let's go.
Glenn says to Corinne, I don't have any money. Can you spot me?
She decides I'm gonna punch you.
Nods and looks down.
But does she pay for it? That's the real question.
Yes, she does.
okay, well.
The gold dragonborn's like,
At least get my coffee.
do you want to wait for them? I can get you all something if you want to wait.
I'm just gonna. I'm so PO'd right now. I'm so pissed off.
Titus will just like grab her hand and like hold it very tightly, and just look at the golden dragonborn and just go, "A couple of teas would be nice, and anything that my friends would like." As he kind of like gestures towards the
Tea.
entourage entering.
I'm sorry, we don't have any tea. It's a coffee shop.
Hey.
There's just an eye twitch. What the fuck you mean you don't have
You can
tea?
see they like catch that and they're just like, but I could probably, they're just stumbling. They're just starting to stumble on them.
Tea would be,
As
or
I
coffee would
can-
be lovely.
I can try to get some like tea.
No,
I feel like-
no.
I'm sure we can
Just
find
hands up.
something. I think
Like trying to like.
Give me something hot.
I think
No,
one of
no,
my
no, no, no.
coworkers knows
Just
fruit
coffee.
craft. If I
Just
can, like,
coffee.
I hate you none.
Coffee. Coffee.
Okay.
Holding his hands up, like in like the defensive like pose of like just like hands up, just like please, just
My
give
eyes
us
fucking twitching. I'm fucking.
just one hand up, the other like holding Ioneer's hand tightly. Just
Okay.
coffee would be lovely.
Okay. So all right. So you all you're getting coffees for everybody.
Yep.
Okay. It is a silver piece per size. So that's just like the the small,
They're all
medium, large,
getting
and it's
mediums.
one all mediums.
They're all getting mediums. Damn it! We're running on a budget.
Okay, so it's 2 silver pieces per person.
Couldn't Kim pay for hers?
How many of
and
us? How
split?
many of us are there?
There
Because
is
Corinne wants a large
Romanov is
coffee.
just
She's
Romanov
never had
is just going to
coffee
like
before.
not pay. Romanov is just not going to get a drink. But there are 6 of you. Well, no, 7 of you.
We'll pay for the 7 to make sure that Romanov gets his drink. So he'll just drop.
Well, no, there's 7 of you
eyeball.
There's 7 of you not including Romanov.
Okay, so he'll drop the 8 and he'll just drop the 4 gold.
Oh, he kind of takes his like thank you.
Of course. No need for you not to enjoy
Okay.
coffee.
So that is 16 silver pieces. Is Ghost just gonna chill outside?
Yeah, Ghost is vibing outside, just kind of watching.
Okay.
They don't jump.
Okay. So all of you are now waiting for the manager.
Manager!
This is now Party of Karens. Let's go.
God damn it!
Is
No
anybody
respect
doing?
for me.
Would anybody like to do anything during this time?
Every person that
I
answers
would like
the
to
store, are you the
ask
manager? Everyone.
Oh,
Anyone who
God.
answers the store.
Titus just like pulling her back. Shut up! It's not him. Who will tell us when it's him? And then Splint wanted to say something, and Nox wanted to say something.
Yeah.
So, all I wanted to say is ask Corinne, what are we doing here and who are we waiting for?
I don't know. I was just about to ask that question myself.
Yes, me too. I was also going to ask that question.
Nox is gonna whisper
So,
the Dragonborn and go, I'm really sorry about them. They really wanted tea for some reason.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. There was, yeah, we just opened up and we don't really have a selection of coffee. I know there was a tea shop here before us, so I understand if there was some sort of
Yeah,
confusion or.
They seemed detached.
Poor
that
guy.
night.
He's
You
just
know, they
doing
really
his
liked the
job.
tea there. So I think they're just missing out.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
a tea shop. Wasn't my house or anything. It's cool.
It
Whatever.
wasn't-
I don't even
it's
care.
fine. It's fine.
I didn't have my belongings in there. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't care. So whatever. It's fine.
Are you sure? Wait, hold on. Is this
Wait,
like? Is this Ioneer right now freaking out?
yeah. No, she's tweaking.
Oh,
She was like, okay, we'll get there. I can finally come home, get some stuff. At least, what's the word? They wouldn't have. Maybe Bunny's right. Her family's not too bad. Comes home, that's not even. There's nothing. Like, that's great. Thank you so much.
Fine. Her family is Titus, and that's it.
Okay. So Nox, you just wanted to apologize to the.
I wanted to apologize for the actions of our group so far.
Fair enough.
This is innocent for us, and you know
Rookie,
it.
You crashed at the door and been talking to everyone who walks through it.
Yeah, that's innocent.
Well, I guess for you that is quite innocent from other.
So back to my question. What were we doing here again? Why are we in a coffee shop? I think
Just,
I'm not the only one confused about this, which is very confusing.
Oh no, everyone. Is.
Iris. I would like I would like to do a sleight of hand to get Crin's notebook.
I'm literally gonna kill you, Isabel.
And I'm
What?
pleased with it.
Okay. All right. This is gonna be against Crin's passive perception.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, but can I just say, she's always
no.
holding her notebook.
Oh no.
Okay, so this is gonna be a
Yeah,
disadvantage, so
that's
you can
right.
re-roll it. You can re-roll that, and we're gonna take the lower one.
Oh god.
Oh, that's not good at all.
Yeah, no. So you're already starting bad. I don't even think that. Yeah, no. I'm assuming your passive perception is not 8.
It is a 16, in fact.
Yeah. So no. So Splint. So Crin, you just you instantly like can feel the small initial tug of just when Splint just places their hand on the notebook in your hands.
She cut, like, the grip tightens on it, and she bats his hand away with the book. And it kind of, like, gives a little, like, dude, you know not, like, what are you doing? Like, you know you don't touch my book. And I think he's tried it before a few times, but then he started to give up.
Canonically,
now she's
I've
just
tried
like-
it so many times.
Yeah, she's just like, dude, I thought we were over this, man.
I say to Crin
You will
and
get to
undergarment.
see it when I publish it. It's my research and it's not done. And you will get to see it with everybody else.
He says okay defeatedly.
Go drink your coffee. It's pretty good. And we're about to have Crin on caffeine in about 15 minutes.
Good. As we should.
Okay. Those with a high enough passive perception just kind of hear, as the time goes, as the time progresses, waiting on the manager, you kind of just hear Romanov under their breath, like, I asked like 3 different times and not a single person can fucking answer me on this. But eventually,
We were looking to relive something that isn't there anymore.
It's not just
I
not
see.
there anymore. It got destroyed. My house is a coffee shop now. None of my
see.
belongings are no longer
You're
there.
what? Ted just stares at her, very confused.
You lived in this coffee shop? Or this tea shop?
Yeah.
I mean, how long were you out on this voyage? I wouldn't be surprised if they just reclaimed it after like a month's
weeks?
worth of 2 weeks.
Give or take. Right? That's a me question, right?
I
2 weeks, give or take?
I believe it's been more than 2 weeks. Let me just verify on my Cerdonia calendar, which is so helpful to me.
Oh, technically it's been longer because I left to look for Titus.
It's been a month, basically. Which is, in Cerdonia, it's 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So 2 months' time, basically.
All right. So
I
then
will
said
worry
a month.
about
I don't-
Dimitri's confused pondering in a second. But yes,
How
it's
does
been
the
about a
time
month
pass?
of travel since you have left Uruk. But yeah. Dimitri, the only one with their webcam on, so now it's the only person I'm looking at. Anyways, so yeah, it's been a month. So the most logical scenario would have been they have just reclaimed it, because last time I checked as well, you didn't really have any sort of ownership of Tilia's tea shop. It was just
No, I
it
had
was
no
her
ownership.
tea shop, and you were kind of living here. So once Tilia
We
died,
lived
it was
with
kind
Milo
of.
as well. Okay.
So once
Me and
Tilia
my-
died and she didn't really have anyone to inherit the property to, she kind of just the guy kind of just reclaimed by the city.
Should have been bunnies, but whatever. It's fine. Whatever. I don't care.
That should have been Buddy. Should have been Titus's.
Real. You would have left me my stuff. Damn it.
What I?
Eat ass.
Good lord. Anyways. So yes, some more waiting goes by, before eventually you can, amidst this crowd, you could see, this, blue drake, a wingless dragon, just kind of stroll up, and like beside Ghost, who you could see kind of just looks down at the drake, as the drake almost looks a little worried, but you could see it's not acting on its own accord, as you can see what looks to be, it is hitched to a cart and seems to have reins that are attached to around its mouth, as it seems to be pulling some cargo. And stepping off of this cart and walking into the door, you can see what I can only describe as the name of the race is a hedge. I don't know where it came from. Because it's new to me, but I'm really excited. But it's a really fun concept. As you can see, what looks to be this, the race of a hedgehog. Small sized.
I love him.
small sized, comes stepping off of the cart that's being carried by the drake, and makes their way into the coffee shop. From there, they move behind the bar, and you can see they kind of start with, Gloria, can you help me with the storage stuff? We need to just take it back. And you can see the gold dragonborn kind of just, Gloria just seems to like almost like cut him off, and just starts whispering in really low to this hedge. They're just like, as the hedge just kind of just like, the fuck? Okay. Where are they? Oh, them? Oh, okay. Okay. Could you take care of storage while I have a chat with them? And Gloria kind of just like nervously like gives a nod and like gestures for their coworker to come and help as they begin to unload these different crates from behind the cart, as this little hedge comes back from around the bar, and they just come up to you all, and it's like, hello, I'm sorry, you wanted to speak to me?
Yeah, me, the office now.
Okay.
Titus is just gonna rest a hand on Ioneer's shoulder and just look at him. We just wanted to discuss a couple business things beforehand.
Sure. Are you like with an external company, or are you? I'm sorry, this coffee shop's not for sale. If you're looking for it, because we just started, and
we're not looking for a sale. We just wanted to know some information about your procurement of the shop. We knew the previous owner, and we just wanted to.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Right this way. And the little hedge just begins to lead you all back into the kitchen and into their office. Who all is going with
Good
them?
looks to Nox. Are we invited to this?
I will specifically look at Nox
I'm
and
very
say
confused.
before I go. Like, I assume they just got off their chair to, like, I don't know, follow us. I just look back at him and I'm like, sit. You've done enough.
What did I do?
I just want to look at Romanov and kind of give him like a slight nudge of encouraging him to come.
Okay. Romanov just like confusingly stands as they just look, just like stand with their little coffee cup and then just like, no.
Titus will like rest a hand on his shoulder and kind of like lean in and just gently mumble, helps to know the clientele of the city. Doesn't hurt to know.
Helps for
what's
me
going on.
to know. Okay, sure.
And just kind of looks back and forth.
Not really good
He'll
clientele
wave
because
just genuinely like wave over Kryn because he Titus got no shame.
So am I just gonna sit here all by myself?
Okay, well now we're supposed to leave Nox by himself. Like, that's fucked
No,
up.
Kryn looks at him.
He just looks
So,
at
everybody-
Pioneer as they're like trying to have like the silent conversation between people of like who's
I
coming and
would've-
who's not.
I would have probably given shit to Nox and then walked away. So like you guys, I can't object to seeing anything from there.
I'm just gonna follow. I'm just gonna follow.
It's fine. It's fine. Just
Sneak on in after.
Okay. So everybody, I guess, is now following the hedge into into their little office, which really isn't like an office. It seems like an office in the works, but it's just a very standard like square room with chairs at the moment. Just two of them in the room as they're just like, we're new, so we're still working on like renovations and stuff. But he kind of sits down and he's like, I don't think we have more than one extra chair.
Oh, it's fine. I can stand.
Yeah,
Titus will stand.
Nobody actually sits down in the chair.
Kryn sits on the floor.
Power move.
Just kind of. Okay.
I'll just give the chair next to Milo, because I assume they're still following us. So I'm just like, Milo, sit.
Milo can sit. Or Mako can sit.
Mako can sit because they've gone through shit. Meaning their brother was tough. This is a bit too much for them. They need to sit down.
All right. Okay. So you go. So the hedge kind of just like watches you all just like stand or sit down on the floor, and they're like, "Okay, well, so you wanted to talk to me about? I mean, I don't really know a lot."
Apologies for the intrusion, good sir. My name is Titus Razgul, and I just wanted to find out how you came to acquire such a shop.
You see his eyes kind of like bolden with like realization as he goes, well, I acquired this shop when it went back onto the market. It had gone back onto the market about 4 weeks after your after just 4 weeks after 3 weeks ago. It went back onto the market. At least from my understanding, that's when I first saw it up on the market. And I sought to purchase it. It was I was told about the death of the previous owner. I didn't really ask about it because I didn't really feel like specifics were like a comfortable, reasonable thing to ask. But I just acquired it after it went back up on the market, and I've been slowly trying to build it up for the last few weeks. I mean, Gloria and Shay outside were the first two people that I've hired. They seem to be doing good. have a kitchen ready for like actual food and stuff to eventually be sold. But for now, it's just coffee because that's the only thing they know how to make. But I can't really say anything about the previous owner. I don't really know anything about that.
That's
Can I
it. You
insight
just know she
check?
died.
For Ioneer, what's that? What did you say?
Oh, I said I asked if he just knew that she died, not the specifics, the
Okay.
how and.
And then Titus, yes, you can roll insight.
Thank you.
He as he continues. No, I didn't. I didn't really ask about. I knew she had died, and I was I was told it wasn't like an intentional assassination, but I was told but I was just told that she died and that it wasn't purposeful. So I knew it didn't have anything. It wasn't something I had to worry about because it wasn't anything like an assassination or anything like that. So I was fine with the problem with that. It's kind of that little bit of information was kind of more of like a reassurance that I wasn't gonna die after purchasing the property. On that insight check, he does seem to be pretty honest about everything. He seems very nervous and he seems to be a little bit stumbling on his words and repeating a couple things, but he overall doesn't seem to be lying about anything.
Yeah, Tyler just kind of nods along and just kind of like squeezes like Ainir's hand in like kind of like a comforting way, like just being like, yes, this guy's legit.
That's not the point. Was there anything left? Did you just buy a broken building and started from scratch? What?
The property had been cleared out for sale. It was based. I guess after the owner's death, all of her belongings didn't really have anywhere to go. I guess so. It just went. I don't know what happens to it. It might have just gone to the waste.
200 years old in the waste. That's quite.
Again, I really had no contribution to the. I didn't really know anything about the owner. I definitely didn't do anything to them for this property. I'm just trying to open a coffee shop. I swear.
Her name was Tilia. She liked to add a little bit of jasmine to each little cup of tea. Helped kind of bring people back.
You should watch your back. And who you make dealings with.
Okay, no threats.
Okay. I'm sorry. Was that a threat?
Yeah, it
No,
sounded
you
more like a
said that
warning to me.
They assured you that it wasn't an assassination, but if I were you, I'd watch who I'm dealing with. That's all.
Okay. Awesome. Great.
Thank you for your time. What was your name again?
I don't give a fuck. I'm leaving.
Die to scares.
My name was Hennigan.
And again, thank you for your time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm sorry about your loss. And I guess the loss of your possessions. But I really can't. I'm sorry, I can't really help you about that. It's not like they gave me the possessions because now I technically inherit her possessions because I own the place.
You've done everything you could. Do you happen to know who owned the property before you did? Or was it just the city?
Like, did I happen to know Tilia or did?
Well, I wasn't sure after her passing if anyone took it
after her
officially.
it seemed like after her passing, it was just reclaimed by the city, and then the city kind of cleared it out and left it for people and put it back on the market.
I appreciate your candor. Thank you. And he'll just kind of walk out, sipping his coffee, because he worked hard on his coffee.
Are these takeout cups or are these mugs?
Splint burns and
Do you ask that out loud, or are you? Because they are like very very traditional, like wooden coffee mugs.
If it's a traditional, Tatus will like slam his coffee before setting it down and then leaving. He's not gonna be that asshole.
So no, they definitely seem like a very something not to be just taken away.
Damn. Are they pretty?
It looks really nicely carved out. It looks very nicely like carved. It looks like a very standard coffee mug, and is very very cleanly carved and stained.
Oh, it's very nice. Are we leaving?
I would have probably
Titus
left
had
once
left the
we
room.
waited outside.
Yeah, Titus and I and
no, I
Ira
mean
both
like, just
left.
leaving the whole shop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah, they
personally
both
am
left
going
at
out.
least.
question.
I don't know about Splint and Knox.
Yeah, I have a quick question. Do we get to keep the cups?
You can if you want, but it is not.
Socially acceptable.
Are you asking that to Hanakin, or are you just asking that to the group?
I'm asking to the DM, can I take the cup?
I
We
mean,
can do whatever we want.
there
try
seems
if
to
you
be
want.
some written instructions like across the around on the like board that like cups are to be returned.
Oh, well, Splint can't read comment.
Is true.
God
I cannot
damn.
read comments.
I don't actually
And
know how many
Crin
people
kinda wants
how
the
many of you
cups
people can
too.
actually read or understand like the stuff Hanakin is saying, because everything is being said in Draconic.
Oh, in Draconic. I know Draconic.
Let's go.
I think.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Never mind.
Well, yeah. There's probably just
No,
me
Titus, you would know
very-
Draconic because that's the common of.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Fuck.
So at least
wait,
we
is this
understood what was
full?
happening.
He's stupid about everything
I will
else.
be
Let him have
taking
this
the
win.
cup, Iris.
Is everything
God.
in Draconic like in the tavern and everything?
Yeah.
Everything in the city, the
Okay,
people are
so
talking
then-
Draconic.
Crin is blissfully unaware that she needs to return this cup.
You see Gloria. You see Gloria. You see Gloria for a second, like thinks about calling you out, about calling it out, but then it's just like, nah, nope, not gonna worry about it. And on the way out, Romanov kind of just goes, "You should really look into like different ways of heating up your coffee. This is very cold." And he just like racks the empty coffee cup onto the where it's supposed to, where like it's there seems to be labeled the disposal rack is, and walks out with you all.
Puts
Okay.
the cup in his bag.
All right, so
Right, so
With
where are we
that-
going now, gang?
Good question.
We're supposed to meet them at the tavern. We could just see that. We could have
Yeah.
been waiting for hours for all we know.
Well, that didn't take hours. Did it? How long were we waiting for the...
Felt like
We
hours. though.
gone.
it's been like
How are-
half an hour. You're
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
was about to say, I don't think we waited that long for the manager.
Does Titus know where the Griffin pub is, or
The Lucky
wherever they're
Griffin,
trying?
you would
Yeah,
would
the
know
Lucky
where the
Griffin.
Lucky Griffin is.
Okay, Titus will lead them there.
Okay. You all eventually, I'd say, on honestly, probably the group 3 probably makes it there first. As you all find I'm assuming the group 3 you find like a table to sit at and just wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Erud would order some non-alcoholic juice.
Okay. Okay. And then are any of you doing anything at the tavern while you all wait?
I'd be sharing the book with Erud.
Yeah, Erud would definitely have asked for that book to read through himself.
He looks at all right. So yeah, you all are you just like skimming through like the thing, or are you just reading Ekni's little page?
At this point, he'd probably be going through the whole last book if it has something on Ekni, just to see if there's like anything of pertinence. He'd probably start at Ekni's page, try and find something about a terrorist attack, and then if he couldn't, just start at the beginning.
Yeah. So skimming the book, you can really just see the one page is about Ekni. Everything else seems to be about about the other different council members that have been in charge of the council. It's like the different chapters are the different positions that have the different positions of the council, and then there's sub chapters of the different within those chapters of the different people that have been in those positions. And looking through Archivist, she was one of 4 because she had a position on the council for about 100 years. But that is the most, as you can see by the time date, and it seems that she had there were 3 predecessors. Then it was Ekni, and then one other person, as archivists. The 3 people behind her didn't really seem to have much of a time frame as an archivist. Meanwhile, Ekni had almost an entire century of time on the council, and then the next archivist after her disappearance, after her death, is only dated to be about 5 years of time, because it seems like that catches the 5 years after Ekni, kind of is where like the most present year within the book kind of comes to an end. So that next person could still be on the council, because that book is 20 years old, but it kind of almost is like set. It's not even like, it doesn't even say year. It says year to present, and it's about like, and you can kind of guess that it's about like 5 years after Ekni. After Ekni was this book published.
All right.
Is Leif still with us?
Leif is still with you, and in fact, I was gonna get to that. Where, if you're skimming through the entire log, you eventually getting to trade, you would find that the most recent person on the council has the name Jagged Tooth.
Erud's going to look up at Leaf and just say, I see someone from your family was on the council at some point.
Oh, yeah. My dad is on the council. He's still on the council. He's still alive. Pretty sure.
About how long has he been on the council?
He's been on the council as long as I can remember. For as long as I know, he's been that.
And how old are you?
I'm like 23.
Interesting. So it's entirely possible your dad served on the council at the same time as Acne.
You are able to see on the where it says the Jagged Tooth member, the date does kind of, there is like intersecting dates.
Alright.
He was on the council for about 10 years before 10 years before Ekni left the council, and has continued to be on the council, and is like, it's like the same thing where it's like the year to present.
Alright. So at that point, Erod would ask, do you still have contact with your father?
I still have I still occasionally talk to my dad. He kind of does this thing with like a dream spell, kind of contacting me and all of my siblings.
Well, the next time you're in contact with him, could you possibly inquire about Acne? I've explained it before, but she is my patron, and as I continue to learn more about her, more questions seem to open up. Specifically, what happened to her.
Yeah, I think. I'm trying to see if there was a name for this, because this is.
Yeah. Do you know anything about this terrorist attack that's mentioned?
You had all asked about. Yeah, that was the thing I told you about. Just to come with the thing, I guess. I think. I'm pretty sure does it say terrorist attack? Didn't seem like a terrorist attack.
The book kind of alluded to that, it seemed like.
Well, I wasn't around for that. Acne was already off the council like for as long as I can remember. I didn't know an Acne on the council. But the way my dad described it definitely didn't seem like a terrorist attack. Definitely seemed like more of a demon attack.
Demon attack.
Good to know. Yes, if possible, do ask your father about that. No particular rush. This is more of a back burner problem, although if it was indeed a demon attack, it might have more to do with our current predicament than I initially thought.
I mean, demon attacks are a little common in the City of Glass. It's just because of how close the City of Glass is to the actual Forbidden East area. It's just very. Yeah, it's kind of just that it's almost kind of common. It might just be like a loose demon just goes wild from the mainland. It's very far away from the mainland though, but it's still very close. It's one of the I think it's one of the closest civilizations to the Forbidden East. That's kind of on that border there.
Interesting. So, rogue demon attack from the Forbidden Lands, which this book alludes to being a terrorist attack.
I mean, it could just be that's how they just refer to those, as just like terrorist attacks.
Does this book seem to be more like... You said this book was like specifically a historical account more than like...
Yeah, it's like a historical record, basically.
Okay. So I would say, it's interesting that they would describe something that could only loosely be described as a terrorist attack as one without some sort of deeper goal, especially for academic works. I suppose it isn't impossible that they simply neglected to mention that it was a demon attack, but seems off.
But
either way, it's also very interesting that this person, Ekni, was presumed dead at the demon attack, but later apparently survived. And it seems to describe her as a water merid, although she was never very water-like in my time with her, more ink.
That's odd. Let me make a roll for that.
Yeah, I was wondering if he knew what kind of demon it was or anything.
Can I tell he's thinking?
You can tell that well, let me see if he even
Well, I was gonna try and use guidance if I noticed he was like trying to recall something.
You can definitely tell he's been
Actually, never
actively
mind.
trying to recall stuff.
I don't have guidance on this character. Never mind. That was fucking mixed up. Fucking brain broke.
Anyway, let me try to make a roll for that as I struggle with navigating my tabs.
Kind of a long shot, but if I think of a demon that could possibly relate to this, could I give him the help action?
You wouldn't really be able to help in that way because you wouldn't necessarily be able to recall certain demons.
This poor guy.
Fair enough.
Oh
god.
He's just like, yeah.
This is on my pay grade.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. This happened like
Anyone have
a
tech
couple
bots?
years before I was born. I mean, like, I can't
Might
really.
help.
It is completely understandable. Just, if you would please inquire next you are communicated with.
Yeah, sure. No worries.
Another long shot. Is there any chance that Eris is mentioned in the book?
No.
Okay.
No roll needed. That's just not there.
Control left it, not a single mention.
It never is.
There were a couple times where it was like in hears, but you know that.
Not quite the same.
Okay. Does anybody else want to talk about anything?
Not particularly. I would just go back to sipping his drink and start writing more things in his tome.
Okay.
Bro is theorizing right now.
Junji, you wanna?
No, I'm just kind of sitting back and watching. Because I'm just like observing.
Yep, I understand all of this.
Oh wait, this dude, patron was a council member. Oh shit, I'm behind.
Rory, did you want to say something?
I was just gonna ask what time of day it is.
By this time it's like around around like the afternoon, around like 4:30, like around 4:30 kind of. You can see the sun is kind of beginning to set, kind of giving this really nice warm orange vibe to the.
Oh fuck yeah.
Oh fuck yeah. Anyway.
I like an orange vibe. I don't know what to tell.
We love a dust.
Anyways, it's at this point. It's after this conversation when Group 6 eventually arrives at the Lucky Griffin. Group 6, you come to this very nice, almost very similar vibe to the coffee shop you just came from, but it's a lot larger. And there's this really nice sign up front with this little classic little griffin on front of it with the lettering "The Lucky Griffin" underneath of it. There seems to be a lot more of there seems to be not much of a crowd as it's not that late in the night, but it's a tavern, so it's gonna get busy pretty soon. But walking in, you do eventually see Group 3 kind of sitting at this booth that is in no way gonna fit all 9 of you.
Pull up a table.
I'm sorry, wait. 5, 10, 12.
Addis will kind of glance at the forming group and then look at Ayanira and go, "Are we sitting with them?"
Rude.
They might kill you.
Everyone's gonna kill me at this point. We're in literally the worst place I could be. So, everyone's gonna kill me. So we might as well sit with them.
This is Kate secretly expressing their disdain for the large group.
No, it's Kate expressing the ramifications of their backstory.
Yeah.
Completely different story.
Okay, so you all try to crowd in this at this booth, eventually having to grab a couple extra chairs.
Titus would grab a table to include everybody.
It's like a corner. It's like a corner. It's like a corner booth, so it does have like the most range. So like you, so like just pulling in like a few more chairs. Should do it.
Bonding.
Bonding.
The pain in Dimitri's voice. Oh, bonding. Great.
Crystal just kind of like sit down, kind of like look like the surly group that is before him, before like looking at whatever tavern person is attending to them, and just be like, "Round of ale, please and thank you."
You see this older like tan-skinned human with like this black hair and just like polishing, just like looking. He's already been like staring at you all with like very much confusion. He's like, "I will get on that, definitely. Awesome, great." And he turns around and starts getting drinks prepared.
So, I'll have been in the city. What do you know?
I guess.
Well, I happen to know a lot. What is it you are specifically asking about?
I haven't been in the city in God knows how long, so anything you would be willing to share is gonna be worthwhile.
I fucking. Well, Aaron's going to open his book and just
Yes!
First time in the city.
Yes!
Well, I particularly haven't been in the city for very long, about a couple days at this point. But from what we have learned in our time here, there isn't exactly the initial threat, as we explained earlier, for the Gilgamesh Assembly. It's more of a impending army. Zeus appears to be gathering forces to attack the Empire, and the Council fears what he is capable of, and so has called this assembly to prevent the utter destruction of the Empire. Aside from that, I can't exactly tell you what the goings-on of the city are specifically, but Rory might have something.
What do I... When did you leave again, Titus?
He's been gone for about, let's say,
Similarly, a month.
about a month.
So really, there's only like, 4 weeks that I know of between when I left?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Has anything happened? There was the other, attempted murder. Not so good at it. Yasrina, who joined us a little while back. So there's that. that might still be a talk of the city.
Who is Serena?
She was she's part of the Caldera family, or was. She passed on our journey not too long ago. But she tried to kill, well, allegedly, she claims she didn't. Tried to kill her mentor? Mentor.
Can I roll history, I guess, on that?
History on what specifically?
I guess on who Serena is in terms of nobility, as well as if I know more
You can
who her mentor was.
You can definitely roll. Yeah, I'd imagine you can roll for a history check on that.
Okay.
She didn't play at your birthday party for her mom?
Apparently not.
Okay. On an 18 to history, you know the name, the Caldera family does sound familiar. First of all, that is Yasrina's name, and then Caldera family. The Calderas were specifically a popular family house in the performing arts of the capital. The Caldera family were held pristinely high for their musical talents, and you would probably recognize the name Yasrina Caldera as a famous violinist that was known for their performances all throughout the capital and throughout the empire. But that's about as much information as you'd really know, unless Titus would have really delved into the performing arts.
He wouldn't have, but just making sure that he wouldn't have known the name Serena.
Yasrina, you would probably recognize, yes.
Okay. What? Yasrina? How did you know her?
Kind of childhood friends. Her mom played at my birthday party.
Did she also play at Titus's birthday party?
That's entirely up to whether or not you want to canonize that.
Fucking literally, that's not even a question.
I'm pretty sure she was younger than you. Age-wise,
listen, she was that good. She was that good.
Hold on. No, you are like 100 years old. Yeah, no, you would have.
Titus is 100 years old. Holy shit.
He's about. I thought he was like 80 something. He's almost 100.
Oh,
damn.
Okay.
He's like in his 80s. Somewhere in. Hold up. I have it somewhere. In Memento Party War.
I'm a fucking 19.
Titus is 80 exactly.
Okay. So yeah, let me see if Nevaeh put down Yasrina's age.
Fair. Be fair.
It was her mom.
Can't deny it. It's my mom. Boogie, boogie, boogie.
I think they were high elves, weren't
Nope.
they? Probably.
They were high elves, and in fact, I don't even think she was a half elf. No, she was just a straight up high elf. So,
Shit.
so probably just for purposes of elves are. I don't know, because that fucks up with the little timeline a bit, especially of what she knows. So, and the fact that she
better for your timeline for him not to know 100%.
No, I'm saying it's more. It makes. I'm still trying to figure out if she would be old enough to perform at your birthday party. But,
Fair.
for purposes, we'll say she was roughly around your age, Titus.
Okay. Oh, I've heard about her. She was really good at music.
Yeah.
We could
Not so
afford
good
her.
at killing.
What was she doing that revolved around killing, if I'm being honest?
Oh, well, that's kind of that was kind of the whole drama that happened after you left. She tried to kill her, allegedly, tried to kill her mentor. She said she didn't do it, but her excuse was that if she wanted to, she absolutely would. So, you know.
As pale of a face as Titus can manage as a blue-skinned man. He's just staring at Rory, just kind of like very, very uncomfortable with this whole situation. Just being like, I don't know how to address this. So I'm just not gonna be silent.
But anyways, after that, I got sent with her to find help for the oncoming Tiamat, like you.
And that is about where they met me.
That's
and a previous partner, Shoban, but he has gone his own way.
Oh, thank God someone
Still in a
mentioned
coma.
Tiamat. Because, honestly, I thought I was being forced here just to make amends, which is fair, and I understand, but at least knowing that you were aware of the Tiamat in a weird way makes me feel just a smidge better.
Actually, what have you guys found out about the Tiamat, perchance?
Not much.
Okay, well, that's not helpful.
much. It's just...
At the moment, the Acadia are focused on killing it, but it has a phylactery, and from my understanding, if we get a hold of that, we can work on a more dangerous threat that's coming. So you guys have heard anything about...
So we're looking for a guy named Phil. Got it.
No, probably... Oh, God. Now I gotta try and remember everything about what it could have been. It could have really been anything, right? Or was it something specific to Tiamat?
You remember you didn't really see anything that could... The vision that you were given didn't really show anything involved. Didn't really show a possible item that would have been related, that could have been the phylactery. The vision kind of just showed, like, Tiamat died, flew off screen, and then came back just as a trickle.
My vision is just a television.
Well, we're not looking for a guy named Phil. Just making cool.
An object, probably magical in nature. I would assume necromancy. I think that's what phylacteries use, right?
To my knowledge,
they use divination.
Head empty paladin just stares at him saying like, yes, these are big words that you were using. He's got an 8 intelligence. We're doing our best here.
It happens to the best of us.
Can I ask, has everybody been speaking in Draconic this whole time? Or, like...
I imagine the language
how are we
used...
communicating? That was my... yeah.
Not intentionally.
I do
The
have a
original question is that who says it first. At least on Texas end.
Is Common still a language, or is Draconic the common of the...
Draconic is the common of this of Uruk. Common still exists. It's just used in other regions.
Okay.
Okay.
Aaron would probably default to speaking Common, but once he notices other people speaking Draconic, he'd switch over.
I'd probably stick with Draconic until someone was like, hey, or I noticed that someone is confused.
Titus is definitely on the same wavelength of like, yes, Draconic, this makes the most sense, and then like kind of like we'll like have like a side glance towards Kryn and be like, hold up, Now I need to make these
I
words
think
sense.
Corinne's face is like, like she's got like a little pondering, like hand on the chin, trying to like
Sorry, does the
understand
wizard
any
not
of
know
the.
comprehend
It's just
languages right now?
Corinne doesn't know Draconic. She
Oh.
knows. She knows Celestial, Common, Dwarven, Gnomish, Goblin, Undercommon,
No, I was saying,
and
do you not know comprehend
The spell.
languages?
No.
You using a
What?
spell for that?
That makes it even better! What are you talking about?
She learns from books, goddammit.
Wow.
I feel like every, like,
I
3
feel
to
like every
4
wizard
words.
like always gets.
Get that shit out of
She's
here.
not like other girls, okay?
Titus will make eye contact with
Dad, I'm
Corinne
a
and like
material
drop
girl.
every
Get
like
out of my
3 to
house.
4 words in common in the hopes that she would understand, but he just assumes that she understands because
I think Corinne's trying to put up the front that she does understand because she doesn't like looking stupid.
I love how Beth just went, you don't know comprehending languages? Dad, I'm a material girl. Dad.
I'm a material girl.
I just would 100% help out the homies. He would help out the homies.
That's how well she looks like she knows what's
Oh
going on.
God.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
It's the biggest like you're trying to be like you're trying to act like you understand by trying to act casual about it, but you can definitely see that your everybody can definitely see your eyes are like boldening, just like the sheer confusion of just words going in and out of one ear.
And she's also probably like jotting it down in her book and like trying to make connections to the other languages
She's
she knows
doing
and
7
stuff.
languages in one go.
She's trying to connect the dots. Anyway,
She's too smart for her own good.
Glenda's just drinking
brain
ale.
exploding. That's also her on the caffeine. You know, I think since she has ADHD, it's actually mellowing her out, so she's just all in her brain.
I love her so much.
Good Lord. I have done this to myself, honestly. I could have just left it at common, just being everywhere.
Neurons.
No,
We're just rapidly
never.
her skull.
It's more fun to make them work for it.
I don't like using common at all. Common doesn't exist. Not in my mind.
I have no
Nope.
idea what you guys are saying.
Common does not exist.
Oh, but Kryn
Don't
will
know.
learn Draconic. Don't even worry, guys.
Oh darn! I guess
think-
Titus can teach her.
I think after hearing Titus say words in common, just like for the past minute, I'll probably switch over. Like, does common work better for the party, or?
Yes.
No,
That
it's
one.
fine.
Yes. He just points at him. After he says like 3 words, being like, yes, that one, that one.
I
You
think
do
no
that.
matter what language anyone uses, someone's gonna be left out. And I think it's always gonna be Splint, but there's gonna be someone else who doesn't.
That is true.
As long as long as Kryn can understand, Splint can understand.
That's
Yeah, that is true.
That's the deal.
Titus would be willing to share. He just can't guarantee that Split would know the language.
Oh yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
What language does he speak?
Undercommon.
Yeah.
Undercommon. Is that all?
Just undercommon. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
We also
that's it.
he knows the Undercommon sign. That's technically its separate language.
I know some common sign language.
Alright.
Do you?
I don't have undercommon at the moment.
Nope.
That is not one of the ones I have.
Not one of the ones I have.
That's
Nope,
alright.
that's the thing. Nobody would know Undercommon.
Who's undercommon?
Except for Kryn and Splint.
I know Gnomish.
I know why. Nobody else knows why, but it's just for comedic effect.
God.
Spice is gonna be
Such an
spice no
iconic
matter
duo.
what.
So, what all have you guys been onto on your travels?
We got a dragon.
Uh-huh.
And we
Saw
got the
that.
dragon.
2 or the same one?
Just me. Just point
What?
Romanov kind of.
Oh.
There
Yeah.
was a beholder and a behir, and the girl starts like flipping
I'm sorry,
through
a
her
behir?
journal and like
You said what? We were dealing in the provinces of Uruk at the time, and helping King Romanov with his kingdom.
I see. And you must be the dragon in question?
Yes, I am. My name is King Romanov.
Well, it is good to meet you.
Pleasure.
Well, is there anything else about this entire situation any of you would like to know? I would be happy to share.
Literally anything would be great because apparently it's not the Tiamat that you are dealing with.
Yes, uh, that is quite a bit of a story, but there is another massive threat that we have been alerted to that appears to be an even more immediate danger than the Tiamat, perhaps. Does the Unchained Oblivion ring any bells to any of you?
Does it?
Does it?
does it?
Might be under the name Ekni?
Nope.
Nothing?
Yeah, I'm clueless here, pal.
Mm-mm.
Fred kind of like narrows her eyes. Not 100% sure.
It was the
What do you-
Unchained Oblivion, just for notes purposes.
Yeah,
I think right now it's called the Chained Oblivion, right? It's gonna be Unchained?
It's yeah, it's
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 not
called the
Chained
Unchained
Oblivion
Oblivion.
currently, in theory.
Right now, the Oblivion's chained. Once it's
As of
unchained,
right now.
we're doomed. We gotta keep that chained.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Does it have anything to do with the Fallen of the Abyssal myth?
Would I be familiar with that myth?
The
Is
Fallen
that
of
the
the
one that we
Abyssalists
had at
is
the-
the demons from the Forbidden East.
Okay. Yes. Well, in a way. We think that the Unchained Oblivion has something to do with the recent unification of the demons under one seemingly almost omniscient leader. It
I seem to
appears
have a. Oh, go ahead.
it appears that this being is able to either directly control many of the demons from the area or give power to and allow some degree of autonomy to others. Although it is unclear exactly how they do this, it seems as though there is some sort of cycle, as in our talks with Charybdis, he mentioned something about how he was there before this world and will be there after. So it appears that this demon lord is attempting to bring about some world of their own design in which their servants can, I don't know, rule.
Apparently, it's happened before. And that seems to be why the Tiamat's on the way to try and stop this. Of course, it believes the way to stop this is to destroy our world.
Fred looks really scared. LOL.
This is like full brows, like just staring down, just like, yes,
Yeah.
Tiamat.
Crin kind of
Demon.
leans over to like Ynera and Titus and is like, "This is what I was talking about."
Do you know something?
Yes and no. it's not a lot of concrete information, and from someone I don't consider to be a reliable resource, but I've seen some visions, I guess, of what's gonna happen if the chained becomes unchained.
Who is this source, if I may ask?
You wouldn't know her. Don't worry about it.
Could it possibly be Jormungandr?
No.
No?
Do I
Okay.
know who that is?
No.
Could you
Okay.
say that one more time? 'Cause I'm stupid.
Nobody would know
Jormungandr.
it. Nobody know that name.
I figured
Okay.
as much. It's more for my notes. Gander. Okay. Thank you.
What was the name of the... I know, I probably don't know it, but you have a lot of unconnected pieces.
We kind of just do, I don't know, a perception or an insight check about, is the tavern like really busy, Iris?
No. You walking in. It's
Okay,
like
so it's
4:30, so there's not a lot of people.
Okay.
There's not a lot of people. If anything,
If you
the
would
only
like
people
a
around are
private,
the people who like just got off their shift.
if it is a more private matter, I could take us to a place where we could be sure no one was watching us.
Where?
He's just gonna open his book.
Oh, shit.
I don't know, they told me to be wary of secondary locations.
Not
Well,
location.
To be fair, you seem to outnumber us 2-1.
But I can't help but be intrigued by a book. So, please.
Just hop on in.
Let me make sure I can actually bring you in, and that's not like a higher level class feature I thought I had.
From what I've been told, from what I know from my previous experience with a genie, and from what you've done with the genie lamp before, yes, you are able to do. You are able to.
Well,
bring
I know I can go in. I'm not entirely.
You are able to bring other people in as well.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
party the lamp.
He would bring. Who seems like they're interested in this conversation right now? Because it is only like a 20 by 20 foot
Everybody?
space.
Splinter.
He's raising his hand.
Yeah, I am raising my hand.
Alright, everyone who wants to enter the private talking area, keep your hand up. And he's going to activate the bottled respite and bring anyone with their hand up in.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just
And,
Be everyone.
and for
We got a
anyone
little room.
For anyone who doesn't go in, what you would see is everyone sort of like dissolve into ink and then just sort of slither into the book and become a little illustration of themselves on the
Oh,
pages.
that's cool.
That's really cool.
Awesome.
That's really cool.
I love that Iris changed the map to just like avoid.
I was expecting a more like lavish area. Library? Or no?
I just see Urun moving around, and I'm afraid.
It's basically just like a void of like paper color.
Do we look like ink right now?
No, we see each other as normal.
Okay.
Okay.
It'd be cooler if we did.
That would be a weird trip. Just like, becoming 2D.
Man on his genie lamp.
Sorry, I said genie lamp just because that's the name of the actual like ability, but the genie lamp, quote unquote, is his book.
Ah.
It's not an actual genie
Fuck
lamp.
down. He's a nerd.
Fucking nerd.
I think Bunny and for purposes, Bunny and Mako are gonna stay outside. and so is Leif. Mako and Leif are just gonna have a conversation while Bunny's just like, I'm gonna take care of the unconscious drunk still here because Violet is still with you.
Don't worry, they're protected.
Unless you bring Violet into the room with you.
She's not gonna listen.
He would not have thought to without her raising her hand. Fucking.
Just raising a limp hand.
Okay, and also
just waving it around.
And I guess also Ayanira is not joining in the book.
Alright, so here we should be away from prying ears.
Where the fuck are we? It is
cool.
so dark.
Well, this is the tome you saw me carrying earlier. Don't worry.
You're holding a tome?
You would have seen him holding a tome at literally all times. You cannot see Erud without seeing the tome.
Big old book.
Aw, twinnies.
Titus has a 11 passive perception, so that is.
I think as long as you're not blind, you can see this.
Ah, yes, book.
I think even with like an 8 to passive perception, a visual of him would be just bird with book.
Bird with book. Got it.
Wait, how does he flip the pages with his wings? I mean, do you have hands or?
Yes, I have hands.
Oh, okay. I had to clarify.
They're slightly talon-like, but they are fully dexterous.
Ah.
They're whatchamacalled wings. My brain wants to say Craven, but I know that's not right. Kinku. There we go.
Yeah.
Ah.
So, what is it you
Anyway.
saying?
Well, she calls herself the Raven Queen.
Would that name be familiar?
Nope.
Alright.
She's a self-proclaimed god, worshipped by where I come from, down in Tradisum ? I can't remember if that's how it's pronounced.
Yes, that is
Anyway.
how it's pronounced.
She's contacted me and asked for help retrieving a person and an item who she said were key to fighting the Fallen. The woman has, like, I think they're bracers that have some sort of magical property. She didn't really tell me what they actually did because she wasn't gonna tell me all the important details. No, just what she wants me to do. Anyway, this woman went missing, and we've actually been trying to find her and show them the sketch of the woman. And but basically I was being rightfully so a little dismissive of her at first. So then, to let me know that she was being serious, she showed me a lot of really terrible images of what would happen if they actually got loose. There was a giant, shadowy creature, which I'm assuming is what you were talking about earlier. It didn't have a form, but it had this giant blue eye or light, or I don't know what it was. It was very unnerving. It basically felt like you were staring into nothing, but it tortured, it killed, it everything. There was just nothing left.
Continue.
you've been looking for this woman with bracers? Is there any other information you know about?
I have the sketch of her, which is basically all I know about her, but a couple of information, but I'm not even sure if it's about the right woman, because, rumors. But her tattoos meant that she's probably an arcanist and might have lived in Bengada. I don't know if that's right. Kind of what we were who we were talking to, they made it seem like she'd been exiled or executed for studying necromancy, but I'm not entirely sure if that is the right person or if it was the same person and she escaped and they thought that they killed her, but I don't know. It's very, very loose information to go on.
Yeah, I'm assuming I've never seen this person in any, like, books or anything.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, it depends.
Depends on what.
Hold on.
Sounds like I can make a history check.
No, well...
Does the Law School of Strixhaven have anything to do with her?
No. I'm trying to...
Or
where the fuck... Where's your list? I feel like I keep asking you, where's your list from the Scholarly Mind Palace?
I'm not sure where my full list is. I probably DM'd it to you at some point. But I have Mezwai and the Acadia, the Demons of Abyssalus, the Spirits of Dagda, Denir and Mistra, the Law School of Strixhaven. You said you were going to give me the Brahman, or like the Brahmin, or whatever it was.
Brahman.
I don't know if you ever typed that up. And I recently bought the City of Glass.
Okay. Then no.
Alright. Well, she doesn't entirely look familiar to me.
If those braces are important to stopping this conflict, I'm wondering if that might be what we've been looking for.
Well, what have you been looking for?
Oh, I guess we're saying that in Draconic. The phylactery.
What about this phylactery? Could you elaborate on? Apologies, my friends don't know the common tongue of the land.
No,
it haven't been expressed in common.
Dimitri, I love how unintentional that was. I love how unintentional that was, but I love how you literally just went, oh, I'm sorry, I don't think you were paying attention when we said the phylactery.
I have the hiccups right now.
We were speaking Draconic.
Speaking in a language. I just got the hiccups right now, and it doesn't help.
That's a big word for Beth. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just trying to guide the conversation to where you know. Help!
I've completely now.
She nods. Right.
Everything hurts. It's fine.
We've been looking for the Tiamat's phylactery. We didn't know what it was or anything like that. All we know is it's something that has to be fairly magical and has to probably use necromancy.
That sounds like it's in the same Venn diagram.
Could I roll Arcana or History?
Ooh, same.
I'd like to too, if possible.
Just trying to recognize the bracers.
I was going more for the phylactery.
Okay.
To know if it could be bracers.
That's just me. So that's one check out of the 3.
Either one, whichever one you think would work best. Some of you can. There's also the issue of there's not a lot of information about phylacteries because liches are not common. So
fuck. Liches.
Isn't
not a common topic.
One of the Acadia. Isn't one of the Acadia lich?
It's a Dracolich, but that's
we haven't
about
encountered.
Make
We've technically encountered 3 separate liches, 4 if you count the undead demon we fought.
Sorry?
Fucking Dracolich from Acadia, fucking our friend Dragon Anu, who was a Dracolich for a while.
What in the Arcadia?
I met Vecna for a couple minutes.
Yeah, Vecna was around for a little bit.
Because that makes me feel so much better.
Although
I think that glossed over the group's head, but okay.
he was just around in an underwater library.
Go ahead and roll for those. Go ahead and roll for this.
All right, I'm gonna use Kenku Recall to give myself advantage on this.
I should probably also give
a history check.
It's up to you, whichever one you think would work best for this roll.
Okay. Fair.
Okay.
That's only a 15.
Let's fucking go!
Wow. I'm gonna roll
Let's fucking go!
Hell yeah.
Okay, so a 15, a 20, a natural 20, a 13, a 23, which is somehow higher than the natural 20.
Hey, I don't know if this counts as failing. I don't know if this counts as failing, but as a 5th class or as a 5th level sorcerer, I have magical guidance. But it makes me roll again if I failed.
I can also give anybody a slap of guidance if.
I'm gonna say go ahead and re-roll it.
Okay, that'll cost me a sorcery point.
If you want to. I mean, if you don't. I mean.
I'll get.
18's better.
Okay.
That's true.
I'm also gonna be just adding, the people that, adding certain people to just be able to see the Acadia, just so, because, Kate, you were surprised by that, but you would know, in fact, that one of the council members of the Acadia is technically a Dracolich.
They're just a Dracolich. It's no big deal.
He's still uncomfy with the whole situation.
Wait a minute. We saw one more fucking something that's sort of a Dracolich because it was a fucking wasn't Charybdis a Draco Hydra Lich or whatever?
Yeah, he was.
Huh?
No, he wasn't. He was just a. He wasn't like a Dracolich. He was a very like standard Draco Hydra.
Okay.
Draco Hydra. Not Draco Lich Hydra.
No.
Draco Hydra Lich.
No, yeah. No.
Draco Lydra. What was I gonna say? It's a long shot, but it seems to be our only.
Okay, so why don't Brenham, you are rolling Arcana to kind of identify what exactly?
Any knowledge of like phylacteries and necromancy magic related to them?
Okay. Kate, you are rolling for the same thing? Or something different?
I'm looking more in terms of like the idea of the Draco phylactery and just kind of like gaining more information just because they don't have that information from previous rolls.
Okay. Kryn, you are rolling Arcana for...
I don't know if this, I guess, counts as Arcana, but I guess it's more, she's trying to like connect the dots to see if that's like a very, like how plausible it is and like how much like she thinks that they like would be the same thing that they're talking about from like recalling what she saw
And
and
then
what they're saying.
Dimitri, you are
And maybe,
rolling
like,
for
yeah.
Arcana for.
I'm kind of in the same boat as Kryn, just making sure that these things kind of do line up.
Okay.
Maybe with this specifically on.
So we'll start with
Draco.
you. So we'll start with you two. Ekni and the woman that Kryn is looking for, you can deduce that those two are very separate things. You can tell that those are two individual people.
Oh, I think we knew that. Like,
Yeah.
I think we're.
Yeah,
I think we're mainly
it sounded like
thinking
it's like I could definitely see from Dimitri being like, huh, this other person like looking that had disappeared because they were working with like necromancy. I could see just Dimitri like trying to connect.
I was like that, but then I was like, oh wait, no, that's not Ekni at all. It did pop up in my head, but I'm no longer under. We're good.
Okay. Beth, it's the person you were looking for. I don't even think you brought this woman up to anyone in the group.
What?
I don't know.
That doesn't look like
Yeah,
Kryn.
we looked for them in the market.
We had
looked
a
it- you
whole
looked for-
thing about it, guys.
I think Titus was more worried about the fact about the realization of the.
Yeah, they were.
You're definitely gonna ask this man to focus on things when there is a
hit.
dragon coming. That is
Anyways,
his number
It's
one
worse than a
focus.
jackal.
Anyway.
He doesn't know jack shit about anything else. All he knows.
Okay, no, to be completely
Anyway.
fair, I had sent you guys a picture of Kryn's sketch of her and not the actual picture Iris sent me. So it is a little different, and I would have sent the same thing, except I can't find my fucking notebook right now, so I have no idea where it is.
So, anyways,
Anyway, the question
and
was like if the bracer and the phylactery, like those interlap.
Kryn with your 23 and the help of Rory's 18, and also with what you had seen from your visions from the Raven Queen. The bracers that are seen on this woman are itemized as these angelic weapons that seem to have some sort of like almost like a super weapon against the demons. There seems to be and Rory seems to be looking for a phylactery for a Draco Lich. Those two definitely don't seem to intersect. Starting from the obvious, the bracers seem to have some sort of divine origin, where the phylactery would have some sort of necromantic origins. So it doesn't seem to really. So those two seem to be very different items. Scrunching your face.
More errands to run.
Never.
Brenham, you would using your with your 15 to Arcana, you would be able to tell as they kind of figure it out as well, the bracers wouldn't really be able to be a phylactery, because the phylactery has to be a container of some kind. It has to be like a physical container of some kind in order to actually be able to magically contain the souls. And so it can't really be any normal item. It just has to be something. And it could be any normal item. It's just that normal item has to be some sort of container. It could be a thermos, for all you know. The phylactery could just be a tiny little thermos. But it has to be able to be a container of some kind. Kate, I don't even know what to do with your natural 20.
That is fair. Honestly. Taking the pieces of like the natural 20s and then just like, these things make sense, but Titus can't make them make sense.
Okay, so you are looking for previous knowledge of phylacteries?
Mhm.
Okay. With what Brenham, Rory, and with what Erud, Rory, and Kryn kind of deduced, do you want to change that to something? For purposes of, I will let you change what you want to actually look for, because it was a natural 20, and I don't want to waste a natural 20.
He would focus on the phylactery in terms of just, this is point A to point B.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the most present threat in his mind.
Tell us where it is.
I know, I gotta make this the
I'm
most
honestly like debating, because like I don't know what to do with this nat 20. Because the most information you would get about the phylacteries would be just from the knowledge you would have of phylacteries from the Acadia. You know that there is a bronze dragon on the Acadia named Nurgle, who is a Dracolich. They seem to have died in some sort of conflict prior to their arrival in Cerdonia, and they kind of just showed up as a Dracolich. You don't know what their phylactery is. They've been quite hush hush about that, but you know they are a Dracolich, a subcategory of Lich, and you've heard of some other types of liches and with their own phylacteries, so you kind of have a basic knowledge of liches. But like the phylactery hasn't shown up anywhere. Not a single person in Cerdonia knows a goddamn thing about this phylactery.
Tell us where it is.
Double upon the person that has.
It came to me in a dream. It came to me in a dream.
That's the worst part, is like, me as Kate knows beyond Titus with his intelligence. There's nothing.
I will say, because I'm not able to do anything with it right now, I will save that for later. I will save that nat 20 for later. Dimitri, get the fuck away from your webcam.
I respect it, and I appreciate it, because
get the fuck away
he's stupid. He is head empty, no thoughts, just point A to point B.
I will save that nat 20. It's not. I will save that nat 20, not as like a beat of inspiration, but like that nat 20 will come up eventually.
For info later. I respect it.
Okay. Anyways, so that is the information you get.
Since session 5. No knowledge on it. Not a single lick.
Hey, that's everybody right now. And there are people that have gotten extremely close to the phylactery.
What the fuck?
And nobody knows what it is.
Give me names.
Not in this group. Not in this group. Not in these groups.
Just a rock.
In other groups.
It's fucking Jesus, isn't it? It's the goddamn Jesus character.
No.
It's him. No. It's gonna be the most mundane rock in the first cavern that we walk into.
It's a vaguely beetle-shaped rock
inside.
That was like, you either trip on this or you don't. You don't trip on it. Therefore,
I will say out of character. I will say out of character. I kind of pushed the bar on what is considered a capsule when I decided what was going to be the capsule for the phylactery.
It's a bomb.
Fair.
It's a bomb.
It is a bomb.
We gotta blow the bomb.
I'm somewhere in the world.
See, it capsules all of this little gunpowder infused. It's quite a destructive phylactery. It's quite a volatile piece of work.
What have we done?
Anyways, that is the amount of information you all have.
Fair.
Yeah, so guys, I don't think it's the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Back to square
like
That
one.
would have
something
been a
different.
lot easier, though.
Me not getting any information.
No. Clint.
At least we have two
You
special
have
weapons. Huh?
2 ideas, and he'll just gently like pat her head on top of her head. You've got 2 ideas. You're doing great.
Okay. Anyway,
Well, that does bear a question of what are we to do next, precisely, aside from whatever the council requires us to do for the Gilgamesh Assembly.
I mean, we clearly have more pressing matters.
Find
But
the phylactery?
I doubt we're gonna find that.
Yes, we are woefully unlucky with leads on that particular issue.
well, I mean, on this end, I guess our next lead would be to go to, where was it? Whatever that place is that I said earlier. Bengada.
Oh,
Where's that on the map?
That is no. So let me look up the actual thing. It's one of the It's one of the cities of the Latuko tribes. It is Bengada. It's one of the Rory, you would know about the Latuko tribes. It's this large savanna region that's just south of the Mizoian Empire. It's this collection of different tribes that have kind of taken up these different ruined cities after that have kind of been left to rot. And one of the city, and you can kind of deduce that one of the cities is Bengada.
I've been searching throughout those cities for.
You cut off like I've been searching for one of those cities for the.
Oh, that's where my mom said the city of Eris used to be.
What's the city of Eris?
A what?
Oh, I guess it used to be a city before the fall. I don't actually remember the history of that. What did my mom tell me?
That was basically it. Just that it was one of the ruined
All
cities
right.
of the Latuko tribes.
Why are you looking for it?
Well, see, that's the thing. This chained oblivion seems to have the name of Eris.
Huh.
They were also described as, if I'm not mistaken, is this fucking, tell me if this is wrong, but they were also described as a god of death or chaos. Which one was it?
Goddess of chaos.
Chaos. They were also described as a goddess of chaos, if that bears any information. I also find it worth mentioning that Zeus, the one leading the army who is about to attack us, is also a follower of this Eris.
This is a lot to take in, guys.
And yeah,
The dead silence, just like great.
it's been a lot to take in, and it
I'm
seems like none of them lead anywhere.
also fairly certain I mentioned this when we first met, but it was quite hectic, so I figure I'd mention it again. Zeus also most likely has the employ of Charybdis, a massive Draco Hydra, who also happens to be following Eris.
I mean, Charybdis might have won.
That would be convenient, but I wouldn't count on it.
You said Draco Hydra, just to make sure that I didn't have anything in my ears. You said Draco Hydra. correct?
Yeah.
Dracohydra, yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty terrifying.
Flint
And you
asks
met
Trin, what
this
is a hydra?
creature just... Hey, how's it going? My name's Arid.
Well, we were sent
He's on our
to
side, right?
we were sent to the lair of Charybdis to see if we could convince them to join the Gilgamesh Assembly against Zeus, as the council had received prior information that Zeus was going to attempt to recruit them himself. We were unsuccessful in doing that, but they were very forthcoming with the nature of their agreement with Eris, and that they were supposed to remain idle until they were called upon by Eris, and didn't plan to join Zeus willingly. Although it seems as though there's some sort of honor code or perhaps magical bond system where if one defeats the other in combat, they are bound to them. We didn't stick around to see the outcome of the fight.
Wait. So we have to fight a sea god?
Wrong one. You're
Not
close.
the right god, and I don't believe there are gods in this world.
Nobody knows the Greek.
Rock
Unless anybody has any information about the Ilios and the Aeneas, nobody knows who Zeus is. They are also the sky god in Greek mythology. And yeah.
God.
See, that's what's fucking with me is I'm getting like,
Poseidon.
oh, these names. I know these names, but I don't actually know
Who
these
the
names.
fuck is
Gets
Poseidon?
Brosidon,
Who is Brosidon?
king of the Brocean.
I hate it here. I hate
I
it here
need to
so
summon
much.
the Brosians, but I need to know who I need to ask for a storm.
Poseidon.
Brosidon, can I storm the Brosians?
So, I guess if that's all the information we have,
Hop out of the book.
Eru to like wave his hand and or like dissolve into ink again and reappear where we last were.
Okay. You all appear back in the room. You can kind of see there's almost seems to be a bit of like silent tension going through the room as just going around the table as just Leif is just not really talking, just looking at Mako and just not saying anything. Bunny's kind of just looking back and forth, just very confused.
I feel like Titus is that awkward in between Ionira and Mako. Just holding their hands, just being like, okay, we're gonna sit here. We are gonna sit here.
Leif is just like, Leif is just like, so, anything useful?
Consolidating knowledge is always useful, though nothing stands out too much.
Fair. Okay.
Do you guys talk about anything?
You talking to me? This is
I-
May's asking the Ionira because that was really funny.
I'm so confused about this
Ionira.
tension.
Your way of talking just grabbed
There is so much tension, but no words around them.
All right, I'll assume no one said anything important.
Splint slowly tries to sign in common. Hard to read the situation, but really poorly.
I'd probably just have like Milo like sleeping, laying down on the table with this with their head like on my leg, on my thigh, and just like pet their hair while I'm waiting for you guys.
Titus is holding her
I'm
other
assuming
hand.
Bunny's probably gone, so
Again?
It's
It's
just
asleep
me and-
again?
Which is fair.
it's just me and Mako.
Wow, Titus can go fuck himself. It's fine. He won't hold your hand. Whatever.
No, I mean when you guys come out of the book thing, because I was taking care of my cat. He's sick, but when you guys would come out, this would what you guys would see, and then I don't know what I missed from
Okay.
the.
Okay, I'm just making sure because Titus wouldn't cuddle without them.
Well,
They have a throuple. It is a throuple.
It's confirmed. It's in the book.
It's a
in the
throuple.
notes. Don't worry about it.
The note?
We just
Is
got
that
to
a
knock
word?
out.
It's
By the
official.
way,
Let's start with
this
that.
is a throuple.
Canon thruple?
Canon throuple.
Only a
kids, we
throuple?
We gotta work up to it. We have to earn the throuple status.
It's a bit complicated. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, it's fine. They'll get there when they get there.
Just a bunch of murderers and hated from their family. You know, the usual.
Who is it really?
We don't kink shame in this family.
Is
What?
murder-
I'm sorry.
Murder a kink?
Flint has always
Now
been
I'm a little
hesitant.
confused.
Just Iris going, what?
We went from talking
I
about
don't
the end of
think
the
having a
world,
throuple is
and
a kink. What?
now we're talking about
In my
murder,
defense,
murder
Titus
kinks.
is not the one to be making statements in terms of kinks. So,
Good
you know,
lord,
you
you
can
can't,
stop
like-
them.
You are the murderer in
We-
this entire situation.
Hey.
Oh.
We haven't there yet.
There's a lot of murder over there.
Know about it.
Wow. I'm feeling a little attacked. I'm feeling
I
thankful
think
for
the
that.
family that you killed both attacked.
You mean like, yeah.
Whoa! I inherent didn't kill anybody.
The
Look, I
family
didn't
can't
kill
react right now.
anybody.
It's dead,
So
so you don't
that
know.
feels a little attacked.
May's just passively. I didn't kill anyone. You don't know if I didn't kill anyone.
Exactly. We don't know.
You don't know where I've been.
I haven't killed
around
anyone
for a
that
while, bitch.
matters.
I feel like I've only killed people that try to kill me.
Or have been noticed.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
killed a couple cultists, but I think those are the only like actual kills I've got.
Yeah. See.
This is entirely different from what happened with you.
It was just the.
I don't know what you're talking about, Nox. We're just
Everyone
not
else
gonna
was
talk
already
about it.
dead.
We're not going to talk about it.
Oh, okay. If you don't want to talk about whatever you did.
Exactly. We're not going to talk about it.
Somebody
I'm
should
feeling a
allow
little
for someone
finger
who's
pointed
getting
at.
murdered tonight.
No one's getting murdered tonight.
Sure.
Well, that is if this inn still doesn't have the closet problem.
Oh, there's another problem.
There
besides
could be
Beretta.
duplicates.
Well, last time I stayed here, a closet tried to devour and/or steal my tome.
Oh,
It's a
that's
closet.
the worst.
Still want to stay here? I'm sure I could guest room.
The barkeep assured me it wouldn't happen again, and I dealt with it rather easily.
I mean, worst case scenario, we could always stay at my house.
See, the joke is.
What are you trying to say? Which would be valid. We're not pointing fingers or naming names, but like, listen, it would be valid if they decided, no, you can't come home.
I think more people might look at me weird if I go over to your house.
What are you trying to say, Nox?
What, last time the guards looked
Nox,
at me
you're
all
being
funny.
very passive aggressive, and
Yeah,
I feel like
Nox.
if you want to be,
This feels a little racist.
No, while
I
we
What
were
is
think
the
I think
energy
we were
I'm getting
bros.
here?
We were both bros, and then you decided to
could
be
just
weird about it.
be aggressive. Like you don't need to be passive.
Aggressive.
I don't know what
Be
you were talking about.
aggressive.
It was just the guards looked at me all funny.
Exactly, which is why you punch them in the face.
Well, they didn't look at me like aggressively. They looked like they knew me.
How do you know?
Oh, I don't know.
Exactly.
Oh,
Okay, now Titus, you're sounding a little aggressive.
I don't
I'm
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
saying.
but at least
Okay,
it's
in
not
Yes,
my
I would
defense,
generally
the number
advise
of
against.
guards here that will punch me in the face versus won't punch me in the face.
We have a captain of the
Well,
Red Order
respond
with us.
Who the fuck is the Red Order?
Oh my
That
goodness.
was a good question.
Titus
The people who know the people who know Uruk, the Red Order are the Royal Guard.
You
That is
definitely
what
know
the Red Order.
They're the ones that exiled you from the city. Do you remember that?
He makes incriminating remarks. Although the energy still is, fuck the red guard. What are they gonna do? Arrest me?
We have
that
two
makes
of them here.
sense. That makes
It
sense
does.
for Titus. That makes
I'm
sense
not
for Titus.
denying it.
That makes sense. That makes sense for Titus because the leading council member of the Red Order is Ningirsu, so
Titus still stands by what he says. It was Gilgamesh, or it was it started with a G. It wasn't it was a different dragon, a red dragon of note that was like,
no, that wasn't Ningirsu.
fuck you. Was it Ningirsu?
Yeah, that was Ningirsu.
Start with the G.
Oh.
The G is silent, like
whatever
no.
it is.
Yeah.
You know, I stand by.
In fact, I don't.
Ningirsu.
In fact, I don't know where that's coming from because there are no Acadia dragons with a G name.
That's because I, out of game, can't spell.
Fair. Well, now you have it in your journal, so you're welcome.
Thank you. That is the Red Order. Dragon in charge. Arcadia. Because once again, me as Kate is like, fuck the police. Titus is a good paladin who would not say fuck the police.
Crane would say fuck the police, and she'd do it again.
That's Crin! We're not talking about Crin!
She'd do it again!
I don't think
Titus
was
says
carried
back at
away.
when he says fuck the police. But that's not what he needs right now.
Has the
He needs
Red
to say,
Order gotten any
"Yay,
new information?
police." Long enough.
You aren't sure? It's not even been a day since you relayed that information.
Junji.
Junji.
Junji, do you have new
Jerry.
information?
Junji, do you
Would like
know
some
anything
new
about this
information.
fucker? I'm just waiting. Just wait.
I really hope Cherry didn't fall asleep.
I mean, they just made noise.
Mood.
That might. I'm pretty sure that was them breathing, so that might have been just them falling asleep.
I'm gonna go pee while we're figuring this out.
Go piss.
Fucking Junji is social overloaded.
So much style knowledge.
Alright. Well, we've given everything we have on information. Let's see, we have 2 days until Zeus shows up, possibly?
Only 2 days? Jesus.
He was at the mine.
We're not really sure how many days he's gonna be here, and he could be here tomorrow. Today.
Oh.
He's not gonna be at the capital anytime soon, just because he has to get through like Salos and all the other harbor cities.
Okay.
How reassuring.
But then after Salos, then he's coming here to fuck with us.
That has to be. I mean, can't we
What are my
get to him
chances?
sooner?
Of hitting.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure. I'm sure the Acadia is planning some way to like defend Salos. Like we're going to probably go to the harbor city. That'd be my guess and my strategy. I don't know, Captain. Thoughts? just nudges Junji, and just nudges Junji, and then and he's just staring at the ground, and Leif is just like, he's not good at his job.
That's. Yeah.
Well, before we part ways, you, Corinne, was it?
Yes?
Would you be so kind as to write your name here? And he'll open a page with 2 other names on it. One is Cusco, and the other is Esmeralda.
Just gonna narrow her eyes real quick. Can I do an insight check about what writing my name in his book means?
You can also
What's your
just
name in the book?
ask.
What's your name of the book, Corinne?
Hey, you sure can do an insight check.
Write your name in the book.
Yeah, he just wants you to write the name in the book. He doesn't appear to have any, like, malicious intent.
And see what happens.
Yeah, the warlock just wants you
You
to
just
write
get
your name in the
Pokemon
book.
sucked
no
into the
character.
book.
Crazy.
No, because my immediate thought was just like, oh, okay, Death Note. What the fuck did I do?
The book that kills you only if you write your own name.
They had to nerf it.
Can I ask what it does?
Oh, yes, it will allow me to message you from any distance.
Oh, slay.
Just some
Don't sign
undercommon
it.
slang.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Never heard that term.
Uh-huh. I should write it in there.
Alright, you would just say, thank you, and close the book.
She'll use her limited
Thanks,
telepathy to
Iris,
just like
for running this session as chaotic as hell as it was, knowing us.
Oh.
I wasn't sure if we were done. That was the energy that I got.
I was going to conclude it soon.
I am so sorry there was nothing happening.
I'm like, wow,
I
okay.
will fuck myself. Don't
Damn
mind
it,
me.
you got somewhere to
Bye.
you couldn't even let her close out.
Wow.
I heard nothing. That was the assumption that I meant with. I apologize. I am so fucking sorry.
Jesus. I didn't even get to say my thing.
Oh god, something's gonna happen.
Okay,
Where's the cliffhanger?
so
I'm ready.
clearly Kate wants to go to bed, so I'll wrap this up.
Just leave it.
Okay, so anybody else want to add anything to the conversation before you all part ways?
Splint finishes the drink.
Oh yeah, but when everybody comes back up from the book, the cups are already arranged out.
They just knew.
Nice.
But yeah, does anyone else want to do anything with their time? Okay.
DM, I have a quick question before we
okay.
finish.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try to steal the book from Kryn one last time?
Oh my god.
Before we finish?
Sure. Again with disadvantage.
Cool. Yeah, that makes sense. No, that's perfectly fine with disadvantage. Let me roll sleight of hand with disadvantage. Real quick.
Why
That
do I want this
is.
to work?
I just
12.
don't understand.
No.
And-
You once again.
24.
Yeah, no. You once again go for the book.
That would have been so good.
I was.
You have a surprisleight high sleight of hand, but it's still not working.
He's gonna smack you
I have
again.
+6, yeah. I have +6. Sleight of hand.
All right. But no, it doesn't. It you fail successfully. You fail
She
miserably.
like turns to him, smacks him upside the head with it, lightly, but still like
Here's the
enough
book.
to be like, shut the fuck, like stop it. And then she's like, okay, we need to talk about this. You're being way too grabby recently.
Aaron's gonna narrow his eyes, noticing that with his passive perception, and just pull his own book closer to himself.
How obvious is Splint being in this moment?
I
Well,
bet
if
he's
you have a passive
he's
perception
trying to be
over them
subtle, but like Kryn can
12.
still see it. So I think as soon as Kryn like smacks him up top the head, you could all kind of that's when you all seem to realize it's happening.
Titus is just gonna mumble in Splint's ear. I'll show you a thing or two.
Huh?
Why that sounds
What?
so...
I'm so confused about that.
You flirting with someone?
I'll show you a thing about sneaking.
You're like 86
Don't
years
let me
old,
get
dude.
nasty about it.
You said that
I'll
in
need
such
to
a
take
way.
a step back. He's just trying to help him with the sneaking.
I had no idea. I had no thoughts of what that was meant to be going through my head. Anyways, anybody else want to do something? Anyone else want to do?
Have I brought up Eris to Jormungandr yet?
No.
Okay, I'd like to do that at some point. Probably
Okay.
tonight.
Great. You all, I guess you all are splitting up again to rest the night, correct?
This whole thing is happening in one day. 3 sessions, 1 day.
Pretty sure, yeah. I'm pretty sure that the first session was technically both the previous day and this day, but yeah. Anyways, so you all are leaving the Lucky Griffin right now at this time?
Well, I'm sleeping here for the night, but
I'm heading on home.
Okay.
I would like to.
So you all collectively pack up your things and make it to the door. Opening up.
Do it with my family.
Where
to
is
see.
home?
Well, home is a lot closer than you think. Well, one, because you're right next to the Trekend top. Let me just move Violet so you can actually see the whole title of that. And then move everybody down a bit. There it is. I don't know why the Caldera estate is there. That's not where it is. Anyway, the Trekend top is right here. But you all collectively pack up your things and make it to the door. And as you open the doors to leave, about 5-6 feet away from you are 2 approaching Furbolg soldiers that not the ones that you had seen on the wall. These 2 look different. But they seem to have initially been approaching the door. And as you open the doors yourselves, they stop. And they look at the group of you all and zone in on Titus before saying, Titus Rascool?
Aye.
You must come with us. You have an audience with with House Trekend. And that's where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Oh, fuck.
See, Kate, this is why you always let her finish.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. And that's where we're going to
better.
See, Kate, when I... See, Kate, when I say... and that's when we're going to end the session for tonight. That's where we're going to end the session for tonight.
In my defense, I genuinely did not hear that. I was hearing descriptions, so I'm like, yes, we're still going. Let's fucking go! It's gonna be for 2 seconds. I apologize. It's fine. That sounds like a 2-week problem, not a current week problem.
Nice.
Do I know Trekend?
You know them as one of the 4 main houses of... They are one of the 4 main houses. In fact, they are... Ellen Trekend is the house that they said. Let me see if I wrote it down for you.
Yeah, it's probably in my notes somewhere. And by that I mean your notes.
We are so busted.
Let's see, what would it be? About Cerdonia.
Oh, wait. I would have wrote down in the thread that I gave to you involving...
I'm still unsure how to open threads.
In the at the top of computer, at the top there's a thread.
I see. Ragnarok, the Dark Extinction.
It would be in the group 3 in-game chat channel.
Aha.
If I think correct. I know I wrote it down. I know it was in a thread. Or at the very least I gave it to you probably in your DMs. Let me see if I can pin it.
I just sent a message in the Cerdonia 3 chat, if that helps.
Let me see. I think it's a lot of just scrolling for me.
Easiest way
There
I
we
would
go.
say to access threads from a channel is if you're on your desktop, if you literally just hover over the channel name, it will show
The
you.
message I just pinned to you, pinned in the DMs, Rory.
Hey, I found it. Thank you.
Yeah, because I found it.
Yeah. No, we're on the same page. I remember all this.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, where'd it go? Oh god, where'd it go?
You can just pull it up in the pinned messages.
No, it disappeared.
I thought that scroll so strongly.
What?
I felt that
Hey, found it again.
in my soul.
All right, good. I will.
So yeah,
read
you
into
know,
the-
Junji is part of the Cat Scythe, and Titus is a part of Ellen Trikent.
Okay.
Oh, Titus is part of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Rascal family.
I will put this...
The Rascal family was the leading family within the within House Trikent. Did you put your entire backstory in? Oh, campaign notes. I thought you would just like put in your entire.
No,
put your entire dog's backstory in.
No. No. It's
I was like, damn. Okay.
Here you go.
I was like, there's some
I just
information in that.
I figured that would be easier for combining the notes together. So, as long as there are at least one document, the group of us can somewhat come together.
I'm so glad someone is putting down notes.
Yeah. This session was super
I am
lore
trying to.
driven
I am putting the
and
emphasis
amazing.
on trying, because sometimes
You're doing a lot better than me,
ADHD gets the
man.
best of me, and the ADHD will take over. Hence why there is no session 11, because I am stupid.
It happens.
It's fine.
Wow, that spelling of Ionira.
Trying my best here. I had no reference. I'm like, okay.
Good.
Let me test my best here.
Hold on.
Spell it. Okay, but like, giving the same like phonetic spelling of when you're like,
You
reading,
somehow.
when you're
somehow
reading a
used-
book and you don't know how they pronounce the
You
name
somehow
of the book,
used
so
every
it's like
single
scramble the
vowel
letters
except
in
for
your
the
head.
one that. You somehow used every single vowel except for the one that mattered.
That's called skill, Iris. It's called missing everything beyond what's right in front of your fucking face. Oh god.
Wow.
Oh
Okay.
fuck.
Oh, there's a bit of information that you didn't
That
write
sounds
down.
so much more efficient than me trying to keep track of this campaign.
It's
You're
interesting.
amazing
Or at
for
least
that.
in terms of the
Honestly.
last 4 sessions.
There's a bead of information that you didn't remember.
I'm just glad it's recorded.
Welcome.
real.
There's least recorded.
Well, no, it's great because it was session 0 notes that I
Oh,
was
fuck.
referring to.
Shit.
I don't know if I
Oh
should.
no.
Oh my god.
Oh no. I don't know who session
Sierra she's referring to, but that makes it more
Well,
scary.
I'm reading through Titus's campaign notes, so.
I know you are!
Either yours than mine, or the one after that where we met everyone. So it's ours. Is that what you're saying?
Whoa, is that something I know?
It's from the doc, so I don't know if it's from Titus's or from.
Is that something I know?
Titus is 100% speaking in not necessarily intentionally
What? You
draconic. Just
Even
like,
after several sessions, you still spell Ionira with an E.
I can't fucking spell. That's what it boils
her
down
name
to.
is spelled in her
I can't
Discord.
spell.
Her name is spelled in her Discord. You can see it on the journal.
I don't. Discord pulled up 9 times out of 10 when I am pulling up the Discord messages. Like 9 times out of 10, it's in session that I am typing out these things. Like the follow up beyond that is
It's honestly
up
quite
in the air.
impressive to get all the information down.
I can only do so much. Listen here, kids. You gotta help out in your own ways. There's only so much that this lore master can internalize by themselves. And I appreciate whoever sending me the proper spelling because I am stupid.
It's been Maze's Discord username, Discord nickname, since like day one.
You see, I am capital S stupid.
Your Honor, I just...
Your Honor, I'm just a guy. Like, what do you want from me?
That is my...
A little guy.
I'll just say it. The beat of information I'm not seeing is anything about the bells.
Bells?
I didn't get the bells.
Dimitri, please tell me you said exactly what I thought you said.
I said bells?
Oh, damn it. I thought you said hells.
Oh, so the bells are bad.
I mean,
I thought you. I said bells. I said bells. I thought you were trying to make a bells hells joke.
No.
Which is fair.
I don't even know what that is.
That's Critical Role.
Who said they don't know what that is?
I've never watched Critical Role. I mean, I've tried.
It's
Okay,
so
that's
good.
fair,
Oh my
and
god.
especially depending on like what
It is so much content
genre
for me to
you
consume,
hop
I just
into,
can't.
just
Yeah.
because
That's fair.
it's so in depth.
I don't even know where to start with it. Anyway.
I'm a World of Io girly.
Also, Erud's name is spelled
Not
just
just
one
me.
R.
All the way.
I love World of Io.
Hell yeah.
I guess I haven't even heard of that one. Maybe I'll check it.
There's a new hardcore Strahd coming up, and I'm excited for it.
Hell yeah.
A new Curse of
You've
Strahd.
still been spelling it with an E up until like today.
What of what? Iro?
Io.
Io. How do you spell
What of who's?
Just an I and an O.
Oh, okay.
Io.
What of who's?
There are a bunch of different campaigns. It's in its like third arc now.
That's fine.
The second one is the first streamed one. My favorite campaign so far that's been completed is Goblins of Io. That one's good as fuck.
Fair.
Okay, hold
I
on.
gotta be square.
Let me just help you out. Let me just help you out, Kate. Here we go.
While you're doing that, I will definitely be a square. Because I gotta go to bed.
Mezoian
I gotta go to
Empire.
bed too.
Tell me
Mezoi.
the good. Oh no.
Erud.
Where is it getting sent to?
Eris.
Honestly, I should just request edit.
It's in roll 20.
Okay, hold up. Where the fuck? Am I just stupid?
Uh-huh.
It's in the roll 20 chat.
I'm looking at it. I see the 24 for the Blight of Hand, and like
You don't see any of the text that I'm
No,
typing.
well, I just see you typing it in the chat, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm typing. That's how you spell those
there's
names.
nothing beyond it.
Oh, okay.
Like, I just see the name, and that's
fine.
it.
Then I will type it in the Discord.
Which is fair. Okay, I gotta be a square. I gotta go to bed. So I will see.
Real.
Nerd.
I gotta
It
be a
is
square.
bedtime.
I know. I gotta be a square, but it's fine.
Fucking 4
Alright.
a.m. Don't call me a nerd.
I am so sorry that you have to go to bed at 4 a.m. I'm
Nerd
so sorry.
alert.
I will talk to y'all later.
So yeah.
Night, night.
Peace out.
Good
See you later.
night.
Bye
Night, guys.
Good night.
I'm probably also gonna get off.
Toodles.